Dylan, that's why I drink wine.
Right.
There's no rub.
Right.
You walk into a 7-Eleven. I hope for you and Nikki's sake one day.
If you're trash,
you'll get to walk into a 7-Eleven or
them.
something like that.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to get a little wine in you.
What's it called? CCA or CAA?
California Caregivers Alliance.
California Caregivers Alliance. I love these names for pot shops.
Dude, I realized on some other podcasts I said I was going to California Caregivers Alliance, and it sounds like I was like in like a addiction therapy or something. I don't know.
Right.
I prefer that over like the candy freeze, like the pandering towards children, like making it look like it's a candy store or something.
Hey, Gran Torino, chill out. Where are those ever?
On Ventura Boulevard, like it looks
it's a
like
place
it's
called Ice Cream. Yeah.
That sells weed?
Yeah, it sells weed.
You're making my point.
Yeah,
I know Gran Torino, but that's really the only one that I've ever seen. Most of them are like kind of homogenized. Is it an initialism or an acronym?
Acronym is when it's a word.
So it's an initialism. But anyways, I had the worst weed shopping experience of my life the other day. And I don't really do the weed in the house. My wife is the one that does the weed.
Smoking weed or eating it?
Smoking. She's the weed head. So if she needs some pot, she'll go to this place, and she's been a couple different times. The other night we were at dinner with our friends. We were going to go pick up a couple joints really quickly. We'd be back. Now, I am from the Valley, the land of pot shops on every corner. They're like McDonald's and Starbucks. But I didn't know this. In Silver Lake, it's not the same deal. There's a scarcity of quote-unquote dispensaries. Now, in the Valley, it's the big leagues. You walk into a pot store, you scan your ID, you go back into what looks like a fucking Apple store. There are 15 TVs. You're in and out. They have 175 different fucking lollipops and it's balms and all that shit.
Don't forget the armed guards with guns.
Right, exactly, the armed guards. But it's a quick process. You're in and out. If you want to try something new, you can. I went to, what's it called? California Caregivers Alliance?
Yes, California Caregivers Alliance, CCA.
It was just one of the most pathetic businesses I've ever seen in my entire life. One, it's in a strip mall, top story, wrought iron railing. Just, there's
in the Valley?
No,
Silver
it's
Lake.
in Silver Lake. There's an accountant up there. There's a personal injury lawyer. There's a Duma
one of those sad
massages.
places.
Yes, one of those sad places.
There's some vertical integration. There's a smoke
shop
underneath.
Yep, there's a smoke shop underneath. And I
Usually
waltz
a yogurt
up.
shop too, right next to it.
And so CC the other night took 20 minutes. And I was like, what is going on? How could this ever take this long? She gets back in the car. She's like, I'm sorry. They lied to me. They said it was going to be like 5 minutes. It took forever. So I went back to this place at 5 o'clock. I walk in. There are 7 people standing. Everyone has a mask on. Everyone has a mask on. For those confused, California lifted its... What mask mandate?
Indoors. Yeah, you don't have to wear them in a grocery store.
Yeah, so you only have to wear them in a grocery store.
No, you don't have to wear them.
You don't. Okay.
Nowhere.
So I walk in and I'm confused.
When did it happen? I didn't even know that.
Last
you want to hear
week,
something funny? My wife's on this stuff. My wife's black, as I've mentioned on the show. She enjoys it. She revels in it. People throw her looks, and she's like, go ahead. Come on, say something, motherfucker.
Is a troll.
She's a troll, yeah.
So anyways.
I am too, but what day did this happen?
It happened
2 days ago.
No, it happened longer than that.
Friday.
Okay, so I walk in, everybody's masked up, and I'm confused. So I peek my head back out. And
I think you made that up, both of them. I don't think you know what day it happened.
It happened Friday.
So I said, you need to wear a mask? She goes, no, only if you have proof of vaccination, don't worry about it. So I walk in. I say, how long is this going to take? She says, well, we only have 2 bud tenders. One of them's on a...
Bud tenders.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Okay.
We only have 2 bud tenders. One of them is on a 10-minute break, and we have 5 people in front of you. So
It's like a pharmacist, like taking that
I
little.
was like, no fucking way. I'm leaving. I'm not sitting in this sad. It looks like a fucking black site. It looks like people are about to be dragged into another room and fucking waterboarded. It's fucking pathetic. I come from the land of fancy Apple Store weed shops. This place is a rundown piece
Like
of
ice
shit.
cream.
Like ice cream, right. Now, oh, you know what? I took a picture of their signage. They said that their employees were risking their lives to serve their community.
This is accurate.
But the whole operation was very much that. These people were obsessive about the pandemic. She said, we're a little, I explained the rules here. Please don't touch anything. We don't want to cross-contaminate because of the state of the world right now. And please don't lean on the glass or set anything on top of the glass. It's very, very fragile. Also, we have bags. If you don't bring them back, we charge you $1. If you do bring them back, we give you a sticker. And when you get 5 stickers, you get $5 off.
It's a Subway. You get a free sandwich.
Shut the fuck up. Stop talking to me about the debit charge, the credit charge, the way you do things here, and the pandemic. Let me get the pot. I never want to see you again. I'm never coming back here.
Are you?
I got to find this picture of this.
All right, while you're looking for that, I have some thoughts on this.
But I also have some thoughts on the place I've also been.
Yeah.
I had the exact same experience. I did not know that the Valley was the place to go. I figured like the closer to the hipsters and the young people.
They were ahead of their time. It's because it's the fucking Valley. You have a lot of Middle Eastern people living here, and they started these businesses like 15 years ago. The second they gave them the fucking green light.
It's just so wrong, Patrick. It's just so
I know
wrong.
business.
It's something because I was shocked at this too. There's literally not. I'm in Silver Lake, it's supposed to be this hipster neighborhood.
Right.
There's really nothing in walking distance. This is the closest one towards me,
and it sucks.
And it's 17 minutes away
Right.
on foot.
Right.
And I go in there. And they just are incessant on trying to educate you and upsell you. I'm like, I want top shelf. I don't believe in this myth of indica and sativa. It doesn't have to do with the effect on your body. It has something to do with the plants, but a sativa can have an indica feel, an indica can have a sativa feel,
but
as traditionally bracketed. So shut the fuck up and bag my shit. Right. I want a bunch of Curvana and I want some flour. And
that's
not the cheap
it.
shit.
We don't need to exchange pleasantries. It's Mendocino Farms. They're asking me if I've been before and what I ordered last time. Oh, shut up. Don't talk to me.
They ask you for your number and would you like to donate to a dog? Well, whenever you go like through a little thing when you're putting your debit card in, they're like, "Would you like to?" I'm mostly at Petco.
St. Jude's, yeah.
Like donate some money. So.
Well, I'm mostly at Petco. Episode title. Mm-hmm. So why don't we, Pat, go ahead and read this sign placed out front of this fucking nauseating business.
This was at the place where you're buying.
This was at California Caregivers Association.
Sure. The city of Los Angeles is in a state of emergency caused by this killer virus that has globally affected us all. In the cannabis industry, businesses are short-staffed, overworked, and risky in their lives to serve our communities. We kindly ask if you are unhappy or dissatisfied with the service or product. In place of writing a review, please reach out to management, not Yelp. They didn't put that in there. I added that in there. And allow us to remedy the situation.
So this sign is a giant warning to anyone who even thinks about coming.
It means service is going to suck.
It means service is going to suck. We know service sucks, and what we want you to do is complain to the owner of this operation, who also owns a all-female lesbian-only bookstore in Silver Lake, about the problems. She will do nothing because she thinks that anyone who isn't taking this virus deadly serious is red-pilled.
My biggest problem with the sign was globally affected us all. Redundant much?
Right. So anyways, it was just one of those nauseating
Did you get your weed?
experiences. I got my weed, but
at what cost?
At what cost? And it wasn't even for me. I was doing a favor for my sister, and it's just like Had to go there twice. They took probably an hour. I'll never go back again.
It shouldn't take this long.
I'll never go back again. I'm just trying to get drugs. Please leave me alone. This is another podcast show. It's a show where we gab and goof about really whatever's at the top of mind. I'm Dylan, saddled up next to one real Nicholas Davis.
What's going on?
That
everybody?
producer podcast over there behind
Dylan,
my
that's why I drink
glasses.
wine.
Right.
There's no rub.
Right.
You walk into a 7-Eleven. I hope for you and Nikki's sake
Well,
one
if
day
you're trash,
you'll
walk
get
into
to
a
walk into a
7-Eleven
7-Eleven
from
or
them.
something like that.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to get a little wine in you.
I was equally skeezed out when I went to Psychic Wines, okay? Just don't shop at Silver
totally.
Lake
Yeah.
is the point of this story.
All right, so we got a lot of fun stuff that we got to get to tonight. What the fuck did you just send me, Nick?
I honestly...
Hey, I don't want any politics in this show. I'm seeing Tucker Carlson.
No, it's fun. And I would never allow Tucker Carlson on this show, not because of his politics. I just find, well, probably because of his politics. I just find him to be a fucking annoying little weasel. But
I didn't send you that today. I sent you that yesterday at
Oh.
7:04 in the morning.
sorry.
That has nothing to do with another podcast show.
Sorry.
Hey, I don't
That's
want
why I
any.
asked you. I sent it to you.
Hey, I don't want any politics infused in this show. All right.
No one's listening.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing
All
that.
right.
I'm not watching Tucker Carlson. I sent that in Dylan private. No, you
Because
guys
one
have
of our favorite UFC fighters was on the show talking about apocalyptic horse shit. Who is this strange man?
It's really the other week. I don't know what show, what program we're doing a lot.
Yeah.
But I had talked about how just like there's like a prevalence of just the average person now wanting to be a micro influencer.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you're on.
We all want to be famous.
Yeah,
Nikki.
yeah. But some people, though, I think we are in this bracket have a modicum of talent, which they should continue to pursue.
A modicum is the appropriate word, but yes.
I will say this. I do these little deals in my head. Sorry to cut you off. If someone offered me a briefcase with $500,000 in it, $500,000, I'll give up all my dreams of podcasting. So I just want the money.
Right.
$500,000.
I'll take $500,000.
That's why you to make $500,000.
Yeah, I
This
wouldn't.
is fun.
I wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think you've just been hammering too much booze tonight, and I think that you're a little sauced up right now. And I think
Wait,
that
did
you're
I
just
say
kinda-
$5,000 or
Yeah.
$500,000?
You said $500,000, but
Yeah,
still,
I mean,
Yeah,
I
still,
stand by that.
yeah,
I stand
you
by
did
that.
very well for your $500,000. You
Yeah.
think all your problems would wash away and you wouldn't
Ew,
podcast
that's
with us
so
anymore?
poor, Pat. That's so gross.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to this tweet.
In 1997, people were making fun of Dr.
Right.
Evil for wanting $1 million.
Right.
You want half that, you
Right.
fool.
Yeah.
Shoot for the moon. So if you
Yeah.
fall, you
No,
land on
he's the
star.
drunk girl in the corner
Opposite.
right now, just talking nonsense. Look at him sucking back these fancy seltzers.
I do
What a
like these
bitch.
fancy Celsius.
Yeah, no, they're really good.
I'm a fan.
So
If
who is
anyone's
this-
listening, I'll be bought out for $500,000.
Who is this parakeet man on the screen?
Okay, so I was talking about people wanting to be micro influencers. Your Aunt Susie, she gets 6
Sure.
likes, and she's like, I have something to say.
Yeah.
Well, this man, and honestly, I don't know what I interacted with, but he started following me, and he sent me this. And honestly, I haven't watched more than 4 seconds because of how much it scares me. But I would like for the first time to watch this video, and then after that, we can scroll through a little bit of this diabolical man's Twitter. Not
So
diabolical.
excited.
He's
Scary.
Scary. Mentally ill, most likely.
Okay.
But he came at the king.
Right.
So.
Oh, and you're the king?
Well, I just was trying to use that saying we always
Right,
use. It
right.
sounded weird. It was not really apropos.
Sure.
He was the one that reached out to me, so I don't feel like we're highlighting or making
No,
fun.
I hear you. All right, let's listen to Crazy Town here for a sec.
A viral thread. Check out my stuff on TikTok. I'm the next best thing. There's a big thing. Big thing, best thing. Check me out. I'll go viral. I'll make it famous.
Now, I need to specify again that this was not just one of his videos. This man recorded this specifically to me and replied to one of my tweets.
Nick, this isn't that guy that you showed us a video of a couple months ago that drinks sugary drinks?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't show you that, and that was a fat African-American
No, that's
man.
Badlands Chugs, you fuck.
No, there was another, like, a weird guy who drank, like, strawberry drinks.
He's talking about the guy who wears the suits. and he loves monsters.
Yeah. Hello and
Review of the
welcome
day?
to the review of the day. Something like that. Let's listen to one more. Watch one more. This guy fucking terrifies
He
me.
absolutely
Fool here, and people have asked me, like, who's the most successful person that you have never met, but you know who they are, and I'd have to say it's Elon Musk.
All right. So his question was, name someone successful who you've never met, but you know how famous they are.
Now scroll through. Just scroll. He does 3 to 4 of these a day. Oh, look, he looks at.
Oh, he works at a pot store or a smoke shop.
He's like, "Welcome to California Caregivers Alive."
Oh my God, it wouldn't surprise me.
Steve-O! Then you eat all the bugs. Pretty simple. You have to share my video with everyone you can. Share your own.
Oh my God, is he gonna eat all these bugs?
Smell. Oh, actually horrible.
Oh
Here we
my
go.
fucking God.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh,
Oh God. Oh God.
my God.
Oh God.
All right, the internet is.
It's horrible.
It's going to destroy our society. It's going to cripple our culture into ruin, and then just in time, it will launch an alternate reality of pure bliss. It's really, really brilliant how insidious and cancerous it is. It's giving people like this some type of hope that they can put these videos out online. And
We reached out to Nick.
Yeah, I'm honestly scared. I don't know where this man is.
What'd you say to
should
him?
be scared.
I didn't say anything to him. I think I interacted with some tweet about fucking there was some story that was going viral that like liberals were in DEFCON 1 because the first national Hispanic talk radio, conservative talk radio was starting, and I don't even.
We going to.
It's a web. It's a crazy web. I honestly forgot why he started following me, and that was really the crux of it. And it was a half baked segment.
If we do you want to?
I apologize for
It's all right.
Do you want to cut
tonight.
it? Okay. No, it's fine. Okay.
I am scared of it.
No, me too. All right, so before we move on to a little culinary history with a little Dill, should we do a little Patty's Picks, which is a segment from PMZ. It's a Patreon show.
Yeah.
You want to explain it?
Yeah. All right. So this is where I recommend a documentary normally, or something that I'm watching that's off the beaten
PMZ.
path.
What's that?
Oh, it's the #1 show on the network. It's the one.
Arguably. And actually, #1 wouldn't even be accurate.
It's the best. It's arguably the best.
#1 is like it's actually objectively not, because if you just go by numbers wise,
Yeah.
part of that is the extra paywall that it has, but just objectively not.
The number one,
Oh.
but it's arguably the best. It's
Yeah,
arguably the worst, and it is PMZ.
All right, let's not get in the minutia.
I love minutia.
I do a segment on my show,
Right.
which is the #1 show on the network,
Yeah.
where I recommend films that I watch or shows that I watch. I don't like scripted TV. I like documentaries most of all. Okay, so the wife and I, she has no attention span. So we will just turn on a documentary and we'll watch it for 10 minutes and see if we're into it. The other night, I'm just going to play the trailer of this documentary.
Yeah.
It got us sucked in.
Yeah.
Dylan, I think you're gonna enjoy
Did you
it.
watch Waves?
Not yet. We're gonna watch it on Ellie's birthday on Saturday. I have that on my list. We're gonna watch it as a family. I promise. And I'll let you know what the family
Don't
thinks.
watch it with the child. It's a very sad movie.
She's gonna be walking around. I'm gonna watch it with the family.
All right, here we go.
All right. So it's called The Little White Lie. We fell upon this. This is a documentary from 2014. All right. Normally I'm kind of against this, which is the person that makes the doc is the person about the doc.
Right.
All right. But this is fascinating. Let's just play the trailer of The Little White Lie.
I come from a long line of New York Jews. I grew up in a world with synagogue, Hebrew school, bar mitzvahs. So it never occurred to me that I was passing. I wasn't pretending to be something I wasn't. I actually grew up believing I was white.
Yeah, Jews, you guys like meatballs and shit? Gabagool, Subway sandwich, or submarine sandwich?
Look at this girl.
Oh, that's terrific.
This is Lacey. Lacey Swartz.
We lived almost picture perfect kind of life for a while. So when Lacey decided she was going to tell the story, I was a little nervous about it.
If you look too closely at it, it didn't make any sense. So we found ways to see what we wanted to believe.
That looks like absolute bliss.
I always
Backyard
looked at
baseball,
you
wiffle
like-
ball. Oh my gosh.
You looked black. To me, you're just like a Jewish kid who, I don't know.
Okay, so a black girl gets adopted into a Jewish family?
No. Those are her parents, according to her. It's a black girl. All right, just play the trailer.
Okay,
Jesus
all right,
Christ.
fine.
People will think anything. The crazy things. I'll know white people for a long time.
Today's the day. We did it.
It really is the power of denial. How the hell did anybody sort of not acknowledge this?
It just seems like the 600
That's her bar mitzvah.
gorilla in the room to kind of
Shaking her ass.
refuse to see it.
My wife laughed at that.
When it came time to apply to college, I had to check a box.
She went to
The
Georgetown.
only box I had ever known was white, so I just didn't check anything. And based off a photograph, I was admitted to college as a black student. And I was afraid of not being a part of the world that I had grown up in anymore.
If I could have done my life differently, there were a lot of things I would have done differently, but in the end, not really.
You know, the fact is, like, whatever happened with you and Daddy, and that inability to talk about things, that is what I carry on. Nobody talked about everything because it was all secrets.
All right, so this is a crazy doc. My
Great
wife and I had a we enjoyed this. Okay, mainly because of the footage of the Jewish parents pretending they lied to this black girl.
Where'd they get her?
They didn't get her. So the mom finally, well, I'll give it up. You don't need to watch it or watch it.
Right,
it's good.
because
The mom fucked a black guy. What
Yeah,
do
the
you
mom fucked a
understand?
black guy.
Right.
Cheated on her husband.
Got it. Okay.
And then the Jewish dad tried to find a way to make it work by saying, we're Sicilian. Here's a picture. Because all the Jewish relatives are like, what's going on here?
Right.
Maury.
Right.
And he's like, oh, my father was Sicilian. Here's a picture.
Gabagool.
And then she gets older and she goes to college, and in the doc, she's like, all her black roommates are like, you're fucking black. Who are you kidding? And the entire Jewish family, which is wonderful, they're all liars. They rally around like, no, you're Jewish. And she goes through this whole life and has this existential like life thing where the guy who was her actual father dies.
Now,
and she never met him.
Respectfully. This sounds like one of the most boring who gives a fuck stories
It's fascinating,
I could
Dylan.
ever concoct a documentary to cover.
Well, no, Dylan, hold
I
on.
mean, my fucking God, could this possibly fill up an hour and a half?
It's a short doc. It's only an hour and 4 minutes. That's what's wonderful about it as well. And by the way,
Did you watch the SAG Awards?
No. Hold on. The problem that she has is with her dad that brought her up, the Jewish guy, because this ultimately broke up the marriage.
Right.
Because he couldn't keep with the lie, and he's pissed at her mother for cheating on him with this other dude. Yeah. And then this ruins families. It's a fascinating doc, and the fact that they were able to trick this girl and lie to her.
Well, it's not really.
They robbed her of knowing who her real father was.
It's not really a documentary, though, right? It's a kind of derivative, no one paid attention to it, hour and 4 minute piece of shit that you and Cherie stumbled
How
onto,
dare you.
and now you're recommending
It
that
won
people watch
an award at Sundance.
it. It
still.
won an award. Give Can you back me up here? Would you ever watch that in your entire life?
No, and the word documentary is just getting thrown around. I
Yeah,
agree with you,
it's a YouTube video. It's a fucking.
Well, I played the trailer.
Yeah, no, I know you played the trailer.
Hey, attack Dylan. Get in the comments and attack Dylan. Attack him. Attack him.
All right, so we
Attack us.
We got to get to a little culinary history with a little Dill. Now, we spoke of, and we've spoken many times about Gordon Ramsay's famous soft scrambled egg recipe.
I thought you were going to talk about his show 24.
Yeah, Patrick?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
Nick? I didn't get it.
How do you make Chef Gordon Ramsay, the G-Man's, scrambled eggs?
On the heat, off the heat, on the heat, off the heat.
Now, Gordon Ramsay is a powerhouse in food media, but before that, he was a powerhouse in the Michelin restaurant world. He had for a good amount of time and still has, to his name, the highest collection of Michelin stars. It's insane how many of them he has.
I feel like he's just a powerhouse overall.
He is a powerhouse.
I feel like if he really wanted to, he could take on mitochondria for being the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah, I think he could too, and that's how powerful the G-Man is. But the G-Man accrued his skills under a man named Marco Pierre White. Are you guys familiar with Marco Pierre White?
Not at all.
Yeah, he's in Below Deck Sailing Season 3.
No, that's not right. So Marco Pierre White was one of the first bad boy celebrity chefs. He came out of England. Famously, Mario Batali worked for him, and he was so ruthless and mean that
he turned Mario into a rapist.
Sure, that he turned Mario into a rapist. But one night, Mario Batali had made a risotto, and Marco Pierre White tasted it and threw the pan at him and said that it was under-seasoned. In response, Mario Batali took a handful of salt, went up to the 3 master stocks for dinner service that evening, and went boosh, 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 ruined every single vat, and walked out of the restaurant.
And refused to take no for an answer from that day forward.
What book did you read where you heard this story?
Oh, it goes around the culinary world. Interviews, there's the story's been told many times. Kind of like Larry David going up on stage and going, no, and walking off. It's a famous story.
Okay.
I got to say, I'm neutral to both these stories. You're trying to poke holes in this. It's 1,000 times more interesting than that philandering Yenta.
Understood. Understood.
So anyway, the G-Man cut his teeth.
And hey, I brought in some psychopath on the internet, so no one's throwing stones in the glass house.
I don't even remember what you brought in.
So, can I finish?
God.
Can I finish?
I wish I could do the MIB flash thing to everyone who listened to it.
No,
I think you got to leave it in now.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. That man scared me in a good way. I felt something in my balls. So, the G-Man came up in this kind of environment. It was a harsh environment and one that forged him like a steel blade. Now, I just wanted to show you guys one of my favorite pieces of food content ever. It is like an old following Marco Pierre White as a young man as he makes what was haute cuisine back in the late 70s or 80s. Check it out.
Having a Sunday off.
The heat.
It's not really long enough because every Saturday we always go to Chinatown in some of the boys for dinner. So we leave here about 2 o'clock, get home about sort of 4 o'clock. Like yesterday, you stay in bed all day. Might watch a bit of TV in the evening. And then before you know where you are, it's back to work again.
Pat, what are they making here?
That's that duck liver.
Right, but what's the dish? Yeah, the dish.
How am I going to say this?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Panache of foie gras and scallops.
Yeah, a panache of foie gras and scallops. I mean, this is the kind of food that people were eating at Dorsia,
In 1986.
Yes.
Pure joy.
Yeah.
So the first dish we're going to do today is a panache of roast scallops and foie gras with a sauce of sauterne, which is garnished with the carrots. And basically, what we do there is we roast the scallops, roast the foie gras, on either side of the plate, carrots down the middle, then we nappy the carrots with a sauce of sauterne. And what we do is roast scallops. There you go in the wrong way, Philip.
Look at Philip.
How did you arrive at the layout?
He's terrified.
The trellis from the edge of the plates, that's where we got the idea from. The plates did the work for us. It's a lattice, so we copied the lattice with the carrots. came down, found out it worked. Hard to get it right in service.
That looks like what Germany put down so that the trying to storm on the beach
to stop people from coming up on Normandy. So the guy is a legit old chef, and to demonstrate how unbelievable he is in the kitchen, please watch his instructional video on how to finely chop onions.
Oh, that's him now. He's old.
Yes, he's an old man now. Because you think that you know how to finely chop onions. You know, you go in at 3/4 and you cut all these different ways and you get your little squares. But Marco knows his way around a blade a little bit better than
So
that.
you quarter the onion.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, just
You take the core out of
listen
it.
to those
No, I'll chop
knife
that with a
skills.
lens. Okay. So I do it in layers, in segments. So when you think...
Ah, yeah, look
this
at
is
that.
how you're taught at catering college. or in
And
those
this is the
posh
Marco
kitchens.
Pierre White. That is finer. That is finer. That's a more finely chopped onion. I would say your little bits are a quarter the size of the catering.
Oh, much smaller.
Yeah.
Right.
And what difference does that have on the recipe, Marco?
Well, when you cook it...
Look, that is finely chopped.
So,
can I have Marco?
when you
That's what
sweat-
I want. Now forget about Roger.
When you sweat that,
Yeah.
it melts. So if you're making a risotto...
There's no bits of onion in it at all.
And also it releases its flavour better.
So, I mean...
Who's the voiceover? Shut the fuck up.
Right,
Let the
that
man
guy
talk.
does need to shut up. But this is the kind of culinary weaponry he has in his arsenal. Now...
Hold on. 4 million people watch that to see how we chopped onions.
Yep.
I think the world's becoming a better place, the fact that people would tune into that. You know what I
because
mean?
they want to learn, too, the culinary mastery of something like that. Now...
This is often my defense of the social
Right,
medias and
right.
all the content that's out there.
Yes.
There's
a-
good stuff.
If you seek it out, you just can't sit there and take what's fed to you. You got to
Right.
seek out the good stuff.
Now, Marco trained the G-Man. There's a video of the G-Man as a very young man in his kitchen that I meant to bring in, but we won't go there. But I was...
Is this a segment? What's the segment called?
A little history with a little deal.
A culinary version.
Now, I am doing my little thummies on the YouTubies, and I'm getting fed algorithmically what the algorithm needs to feed me. You know, the most powerful commanders of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And I see this video. Gordon Ramsay versus Marco Pierre White scrambled eggs battle.
The versus of the food world.
Now, we know the G-Man's method very, very well. It came out about, 8 years ago or something like that. Notice how Marco's is a newer video on how to prepare scrambled eggs. Now, I know that there's, beef in the rap game. There's beef in Real Housewives and stuff like that. But I have never seen a flamethrower taken to a protege the way Marco Pierre White flames Gordon Ramsay.
This
in
isn't
this
just
video.
This isn't just beef. This is filet mignon.
This is incredibly marbled beef.
How do you take scrambled eggs and smoked salmon and make them three-dimensional?
My perfect breakfast, scrambled egg, sautéed mushrooms and tomato.
Most people like to take their eggs and whisk them with a fork and turn them into baby food. I don't.
But the secret behind the scrambled egg is to start it on a nice sort of generous heat, take it off the heat, go back to the heat, take it off the heat.
If you have to take your pan off the stove, then you're lacking understanding in temperature. Question why you're doing what you're doing.
Back off the heat and just let it work. And just do this 3 or 4 times. Back onto the heat.
Let's take some toast. Toast one side. So when it comes to finishing it, just flip it and toast it again. So it's ready at the same time as the eggs.
Shh, is that my toast burning? Off the heat. Oh. Damn, I'm going to set the fire alarms off. That'll wake up the missus.
Before I retired, I employed a chef just to toast the brioche and the sourdough. That was his job.
And treat it like a risotto. You can't stop stirring. It's live. You've got to really work at it.
Just work it very slowly. No need to rush it. If you're rushing it, the reason why you're rushing it is because your pan's too hot.
And, sometimes you want to be a little bit more extravagant. You can put some smoked salmon in there.
Let's take some smoked salmon.
You get it.
Yeah. The master versus the tool.
The master has gotten a little peeved at the G-Man's rise to the top because the master knows that he is Marco Pierre White. He was the one who was getting inspired by the trellis of the plates and making the panache of foie gras with callops. Excuse me? And a sauterne sauce. Not the G-Man. So this video, I mean, I saw this and it was just a mic drop moment.
I mean, I would just love to actually to watch the last minute. I said, can we not?
You can see how creamy the eggs are becoming without cream. And that's because we're not rushing them.
I'm going to put half a tablespoon of creme fraiche.
Only a fool
what I
would
do.
rush scrambled eggs.
Okay, to serve it.
So just put your eggs just on your toast.
On.
I've never had eggs served that way.
On.
Then we take the surprise. A tiny bit of butter.
Ooh. Sit them on there. I'm just going to drizzle our sourdough bread with a little bit of olive oil in there.
Then the smoked salmon.
And then just pour your scrambled eggs over the sourdough bread. And there you go, a perfect scrambled egg. I mean, the most amazing way of waking up the missus on a Saturday, Sunday morning.
A little bit of parsley. Just give it some life.
Well, this is where he goes off the rails.
Et
I don't
voila.
need parsley on anything.
When you eat it, you get toast, egg, and smoked salmon. A bit more texture with the poached egg. Enjoy.
Now I'm torn.
In which ways?
I'd like to try both.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
That just this video in itself is just giving me like such more appreciation for food in general.
Right, right.
It's incredible.
Only a fool would rush eggs.
And I mean, nobody has ever more embodied. I guess it's not me. The man, the quiet.
Oh my God!
The smoldering
Yes.
confidence. Meekness is not weakness; it's power under control.
Oh my gosh, he is unbelievable.
Now, I know he's doing YouTube videos, this guy. Has he not been on Chopped or something as a judge?
Oh no, he has been on what is it?
TV shows or something?
Chef, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is yeah. Just because we have to fill up some time, I do want to show you a young man experiencing quite literally the best moment of his entire life at the hands of Marco Pierre White. Now, this young man has presented a dessert to the judge's table. It is a honey semifreddo with lemon crumb and lemon honey caramel. He presents it to Marco, and Marco, with the confidence of a bull, starts assembling this dish the way it was intended to be assembled.
Candy lemon and a lemon and honey caramel.
The music plays. I mean, this guy is a character. He taught the G-Man how to be a G-Man. The guy's scared shitless.
He liked it though.
I've stood at this block many, many, many times. And I've eaten many desserts in the MasterChef kitchen. This, without question, is the greatest dessert I've ever eaten in MasterChef.
All right, Dylan.
What a showman.
Dylan.
I mean, he is a fucking magician.
Dylan, can you play Peel and Keel? That sketch.
Are we just doing YouTube video shows? Is this just a YouTube video
Can you
show?
play the Peel and Keel sketch where they mock this? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I have no idea.
Are you kidding me?
You know the show.
Yeah, I know Peel
All right,
and Keel.
do Peel and Keel.
God, you idiot.
No, this is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. MasterChef, yeah. You've never seen this,
No,
you
I've
idiot.
never seen this.
Just play it. Play it.
All right. We're doing a YouTube show.
Good analogy.
Peel and Keel are pretty funny, man. They really
Well, they're
are.
done. One guy's directing movies, and the other guy's doing insurance commercials for the
Patrick,
general.
obviously, one guy is directing movies. He's one of the biggest directors on the planet.
Right.
His
but
name is Keel, and he is directing incredible movies.
But the other guy's doing insurance commercials for the general.
Well, he's also like hosting the ESPYs every once in a while.
Sure,
and shit
yeah.
like that. But isn't that so fascinating? That rich tradition of young British bulls rutting and bashing horns in the range behind Michelin star front of house.
I love it. I love it.
I know, isn't it interesting?
It never gets old, too, because you think we would have figured out food in the last 100 years. you know?
No, there's so much to learn, so much to figure out. But
Well, they threw us a curveball like 10 years ago with that whole gastronomy thing, too, you know?
Oh, sure.
But then that went away with the dodo bird or whatever.
No. I mean, there's still a time and a place for it, but it is a little chuggy. But guys, that's been a little culinary history with a little dill. Jump in the iTunes ratings and reviews. Leave us 5 stars, kind words, and tell your friends and family. Join us on patreon.com/another podcast network for Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, Seasons Past, Seasons Your, and more APSs and PMZs. We love you. We'll see you soon. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Nick, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pat, say goodbye.
Later, dudes.